So lads, that doesn't look too bad. Here's this is the first live stream I'm doing, and what it is really just to explain what I'm doing to y'all. I haven't reinvented myself for everybody who knows me. I'm running as for as a candidate in East Galway, and someone said to me tonight, you shouldn't be running. You're not a politician, but. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm better up on a horse, as she said to me. But the truth is, I'm going to do this for a number of reasons. And one of them is because, over time, things change. When I was young, I felt the world was a little bit restricted, that there wasn't enough self-expression. And maybe that was true for the time. But now, there's a bit too much of it, and we need to go back to the self-control. So things change, people change, I change, but it's still the same person. And for all of you who've known me since I was a young lad, that's and for all my friends who might be surprised at what I'm promoting and what I think is good for the country. Let me explain to you what I'm doing and what this is all about. Let me explain the leaflet I put out and what I'm trying to achieve for East Galway. So the first thing is, can I get elected for East Galway? I believe in miracles. But there has to be a strategy. Maybe I'm not a politician, but I am a strategician, one of them. And in theory, if you look at all the referendums, you look at all the people who voted no to our enlightened modern Ireland that we are facing the consequences of today. So, there was 30%, 35, 40%, sometimes 50% of people who voted no. And none of those people are represented by our political parties, by the mainstream. They're all to the liberal left of the position of the people who voted against Europe, who voted against permissive society, the marriage equality and the abortion laws. And that makes a lot of people feel very good about who New Ireland is. But there's a lot of people who have found that Ireland has gone a way that they really don't like. And they've been for a long time quiet, a long time patiently enduring what Ireland has turned into. And so I'm hoping that if all those people vote for me, we're talking about 30%, 35% of the population. If I can persuade all those people that I represent their feelings, then that's a quota. That's me in. But that's the job to do. Now, the best a nationalist candidate has done is 5%. That's Gemma, 4 point something. And, if I'm to be realistic, that's would be a triumph for me to get that in East Galway. But so what a person might say, why should I vote for somebody who's not going to get in? And I would say, why vote for someone who is going to get in? Because it doesn't really make any difference when they get in. They're going to just be the new man who promotes the party line, which they get from God only knows. We're just managers of our own country now. They're getting that policy from Europe. They're getting that policy from the UN. So they're just stewards. Nothing that you can say to them. You can complain at them all day and hope they're listening to you and go away feeling like they heard you, which is their job. But but they can't do anything. They're powerless to do anything but to just roll out most of these policies. And when I was talking about the direct provision centre up in Kinvara, I was on to the local people and I said, look, this is a done deal. This has all been signed off on, and there's nothing you could do about it. We all get round the table and try and work it out. Well, we've all been managing for a long time in Ireland, and it's not working out. So when you vote for a protest politician like myself, who's protested against the water charges, against Google censorship, and against the direct provision centres or the asylum industry, you get results. Much more so than if you have that fuzzy feeling of being on the winning side and getting nothing. Because, with the water charges, we won. We do not pay 600 to 800, 900 a year because we took that action. And let's say with direct provision in the asylum centre, we had this mad idea that we were going to have, and Flanagan and Varadkar announced that we were going to have 1 million migrants. We needed 1 million new people into the country, and of a population of 5 million, we were going to have 1 million. And jeepers, that was supposed to be a great idea. I'm sure it was UN policy or EU policy or something like that. But these guys had to just persuade us, But we weren't persuaded, and we protested in Oughterard. And all of a sudden, Coveney's coming out saying, well, we need 500,000. And the protests went on, and now we're down to thousands. We only need a few thousand now. So, look, I bear in mind all the time that I have friends who are migrants here. I have lots of people that I work closely with, and I'm going to talk over the next while and explain how I can justify my position, why I don't feel guilty, or my conscience isn't at me, because I believe that this is reasonable. The whole climate we live in, it's madness. What's going on is very difficult for everybody, and I want you to hold on with me and over the next while, and I'll talk about the policies that I've outlined, and take some of the sting out of it and try and help people to understand why what sounds so radical is in fact normal, and what we have, what is presented to us as normal, is in fact extremely radical, and we have to we can't let this carry on. And I think the whole country is feeling like that. Now, why am I running? Because I can run. It gets a little bit scary sometimes, not really scary, but just you're all over the place. Different things come along and different pressures come on, different bits of information come along, and you're in a different position. And that's why, a head of a strategician is a good idea, because you're looking at all the options. And, but roll on the campaign. Let the declarations be over, and let's just get on with approaching the people and leafleting and canvassing. I'm asking everybody to get out and canvass with me. We have a lot of enthusiastic local people, a lot of enthusiastic supporters in the groups, and who've been down at the protests. And this is their time to get out and meet the people, and it's cleansing time too, because the truth is you have to justify what you think to the ordinary man and woman, and that's a very good thing to be doing, So I'm hoping a lot of you guys will will hear the call, and we can put big numbers on the streets, and that sends a message. Whether we get 1%, 5%, 30%, the message that people see with our enthusiasm causes them to reflect on what we represent. And sure, Ireland's one of those places where they'll always be trying to shift over. If our policies are going well, the traditional parties will try and move into our territory and take over our policies. And, that's reform, I suppose. I like something that's a bit more radical. I'd love to see new leadership, not just a kind of schmoozy little thing where people move ever so slowly into changing their opinions. I'd like to see real vision and real leadership, but sure, that's what we've been doing for a while, just going from one to the other. And sure, Fianna Fáil now think that they're going to get in, and Fine Gael are going to support them, and it's just the same old thing. But I'm here to provide an alternative, to give people the opportunity to do something different. So I'm asking for that, and I'm in a position to do it, and I know it's the right thing. I know it's the right thing to do. So here, I'm going to knock off that now, and I'm going to have me long-awaited bottle of Guinness and relax for the evening, and face the day tomorrow. And it's a good ride. I'm enjoying it so far. So it'll all be over in 3 or 4 weeks, and the things that we could have done now won't be possible. So I'm glad we're in the position. Finally, I'll say to you, the main reason I'm doing this, because I was asked by a very serious political figure in Ireland to run, and I'm only glad to do that. And if someone puts their faith in me, and believes in me, I'm prepared to believe in myself. And finally, I'd say to you, we have Galway covered. If you're in Galway East, east of the Dunkellen River, vote for me. And if you're in Galway West, vote for Dara O'Flaherty. We are two patriot independents, and we've worked together pretty good for a long time. Look, we're a bit different. We've got our personalities. I mean, you can imagine we've a bit of force behind those personalities, and we're abrasive at times, and not everybody likes us, and I will say to ye, my Facebook friends, I'm going to put up a channel so that if you don't like my politics but you like my heritage stuff, you can just see that, and I'll post that so that you won't get any of this anymore. And Dara's a fiery lad, and some people don't like Dara. But that's fine. If you don't like Dara, come and canvass for me, support me. If you find me a bit of a pussy, like that I'm too soft and easy going, go over to Dara. He's hardcore, So you canvass for Dara if you're comfortable with that. You canvass for me. Doesn't matter where you are in County Galway, and we'll all mix it up sometimes and support each other. So Dara O'Flaherty for Galway West, he's there ahead of me. I supported his last campaign for council elections, and I'm just catching up now. So here, I'm going to knock this off, and I'll go over my points over the next few weeks, and just keep on live streaming and see where we all end up. Okay, thanks very much. God bless you. Good night.